Alright, I know Galfer came out like almost 2 weeks ago, but I'm finally adding him in because it wasn't just Galfer that came out as a new festival, and I usually only make tier lists right for a festival. Unfortunately, I was forced, my hand, I had to click the mouse record. I was forced because Gelda was more than a festival, and I had to include her in the tier list. But we have Galfer, and I waited because we also had Miles Holy Relic, and I wasn't gonna update the tier list without actually putting my hands on Mael and his collar, his beautiful, beautiful hair. But now I have, and we can actually appropriately judge Miles Relic and Galfer. Plus, I have made a few changes, very minor. Oh, I have it actually. I noted down changes. I haven't done it, I guess. I am putting down King. I don't think he partakes in the meta Sins team anymore. You can still run him though, so I think that this tier makes sense for him. I'm putting down Red Roxy, like who's running her? Like, who in their right mind is running her? And I think, I mean, you're not using Zeldris anymore either. If you're running Arthur, there's only one way of running him, and it's with LR Liz. Zeldris just doesn't cut for the CC. If you don't go first with Arthur, well, you're losing, right? We're putting up the Fraudrin. Right now, Fraudrin is kind of a menace. I have experienced quite a bit of Fraudrins past couple of weeks, and with the current Sins team meta, I think he makes sense as being very, very strong, especially because, so right now, Fraudrin would be DK, right? DK, Fraudrin, Demon King Melee, right? Pretty standard. And Albedo in the back, right? This team, very strong and ungeared right now. With the Sins team meta, which I would say, I don't know if I would say Sins is the most used team, but it's probably the strongest team right now with Festival Galfer. The way you do your first turn with Sins, this team makes so much sense. It works so good against it. But I don't know. I don't know for how long. I think by the time the next tier list gets updated, I'm putting him down because that's probably not going to last very long. And nothing else. I was going to put down Assault Melee, but he is still very, very strong in geared. So Assault Melee still quite strong. Who would have thought? Let's talk about Miles Relic. So Mile is so good. Actually, no bit. He is so good right now. His relic is super, super powerful. He was a very, how can I put this? Very incomplete character. Like, you look at his passive, look how small his passive is compared to, let's put on the light category here. Let's say Bon, right? Look how, you have to scroll down. Like, I know most of the attacks is like explanations, but like still, you have to scroll down. And there's way, the density of attacks, you can tell. Like, there's way more going on for Bon's passive. You look at like Liz, you have to scroll down. Like, Mael's passive compared to characters that came out pretty much right after him is crazy, dude. Demon King Zeldris, scroll down. Every character now you have to scroll down on the passive list. And that's just, that is to show how incomplete Mael felt. He didn't do much for himself, right? He did a lot for his teammates, but when you look at what he did for himself, he does give himself the all stats. He was more of a team character than a selfish character. And I think that the Relic giving him like something for himself makes him a more updated character. It puts him on the level of more recent characters, and he's really, really good. Unfortunately, for him, that does not apply to his whole team. Light Liz is phenomenal. Very, very strong character, right? Wow, that was slow. That animation was super slow because I'm on the emulator. I don't know how. Apparently, the PC port can have like phone size, but I couldn't find the place. Oh, the leg. Margaret's so bad, so bad. Margaret, LR Margaret was just such a terrible. Like, LRs are unfortunately, definitely, purposefully, many ways I'm putting this, underpowered compared to festivals, which makes sense. Like, festivals are summonable characters. I mean, these characters are also summonable, you know, are new summonable characters, and LRs are technically free, right? But it's sad because instead of getting a new character for the team, they got LR Margaret, and LR Margaret kind of sucks. Doesn't work very well with the rest of the goddesses. And other than that, the back units suck. I think they're going to be potentially best team in the game when and if Tristan gets a phenomenal relic. If that happens, we're in business. But until then, Mael stays where he is. Because as quality of unit goes, he is 1,000,000,000% above everyone. Nah, okay. If I was like that, I would also put Liz. But like, you guys get what I mean. Like, I can't judge him alone. Because it's just not how the game works. Are you gonna run Mael with Demon King Melly and Demon King Zeldris? No. That's not how the game works. So you have to judge the characters where they are run. I'm judging him as the goddess team because that's where he belongs. So unfortunately, I cannot put him up. It's just it is what it is. Like, he is really, really strong, but would I even say people should make his relic? No. Like, why? Why would you make his relic? He's not even a meta character because he's really strong, but his team isn't. So it is what it is. Mael's really strong though. I mean, that's cool. If goddesses get one more character, it becomes a meta team. So looking forward to that. Is that gonna happen? Who knows? I think Elat can go up. Like, if you are gonna run goddesses, I think Elat is better than Tristan, personally. Tristan, like, defense-related stats are cool and all, but let's say you face Arthur, that's worthless, because his damage increase from the passive bypasses defense, I'm pretty sure. It's worthless. It really is worthless. And you just want damage. The team is damage. Like, right now, the goddesses have really good damage, but not good enough. They just don't do enough. And the third on the team is just very bad. Not enough, not good enough. The back units are terrible. So, yeah, one day. But what about Gaffer? Well, like I teased, Sins are the best team in the game right now, I would say. You have so much CC. So, if I had to order by best team, so I'll put Melly, let's put you, Bon, right, whatever, and then Merlin. Like, this is probably the best team in the game. It's so annoying, because you know how everyone's saying, oh, you know, we're moving too fast. Like, we got Arthur. 2 weeks later, we got Gelda, which kind of overshadowed Arthur. 2 weeks later, we got Galfer, which is another best team in the game. I will say, that is only going to get worse, because Galfer, I do not believe will remain at the top for long. My biggest concern for him is how restricted he is. A lot of the new characters that have been coming out are not so restricted, where they can be run in different situations. What makes Demon King Mally so great? Well, he's really good. But apart from that, he can also be run in several teams. You don't really, like, when you think of Mally, you think, oh yeah, he makes a Sin team. He makes the Demon team. He really makes whatever team you put him on. Like, he's just really versatile like that. Versatile characters remain on top for much longer than characters that are hyper-specific, unless the hyper-specific team keeps getting new characters. Demons. Esterosa remained on top for how long? Why? Because demons keep getting updated. I don't know why. Like, actually, I like demons, as everybody does. It gets to a point where it gets annoying, because I think other teams deserve some time on Spotlight as well, right? In any case, Gaffer, unless we keep getting new Sins, will, you know, very, very easily drop. And the worst thing is, like, I don't think Gaffer is better than Bon. So I think that the core Sin team is still Melly, Bon, and Merlin. The thing about Gaffer is that he just has obscenely high CC, because UR characters have obscenely high CC. So let's say a new Sin comes out. Whoever, I don't know, a new Festival King comes out, another one. Who am I replacing, Gaffer or Bon? Ideally, I would replace Gaffer. Chances are, because of the UR bullshit, I'm probably going to have to replace Bon for CC. But Gaffer just doesn't do that much. I know I'm ranking him at the top, but like he really is a very underwhelming festival. He doesn't feel like a festival at all. You look at new festivals, and they're so much fun. Like, Arthur is doing some wacky, crazy shit. Gelda, which is an honorary festival, is doing some wacky, crazy shit. And Gelfer is just, he's just there, you know? He gives some basic stats, that's cool. Sometimes you use his rank up. And I say sometimes you use his rank up. And that's kind of it, right? I don't find him to be that good. He's just there because CC, and that's almost really it. In any case, there's gonna be a new catastrophe coming out, so maybe humans, I don't know. And there's gonna be an Shield Hero collab, so that's another opportunity for humans, or potentially unknown. So hopefully those will come up. I think Hell, out of the unknowns, still have a chance to come back up because she's so versatile as well. For her own team, obviously she's strictly unknown, but still. What about PvE? So Mael doesn't change. He was already the top because I did move up Jelly King and Merlin because the new activity, the Rat, the best team, unfortunately, is this, right? Right here. I say unfortunately because this is the best team. Not even like debatable. This is the only team that can actually beat the activity. I haven't seen anyone beat it with a different team, so I will say this is the only team that can beat it. And King and Merlin suck balls. No surprise, right? King and Merlin suck super hard, but they are a must run because of the whole DOT bullshit, and there's no other option. These are legitimately the only options. People were talking about Hendrickson when the Beast first came out. Unfortunately, because of the way it works, you have to run Merlin and King, because King has Bleed and Poison, Merlin has Shock. The Bleed from Hendrickson is cool and all, but then he also has Shock. You're missing the Poison. Right? Wait, I'm not mistaken, right? I am correct. And then, so you have to run King. Because of the way the Beast works in the first floor, whatever. The way they set up the Beast, King and Merlin are perfect because of the restriction of long range and short range attacks. You have to run this team. So they are going to be at the top because this is currently the hardest activity in the game and they are must run for it. But as soon as a character made for it comes out, they're going to drop instantly because they're so bad. They cannot tank attacks. Like, you only lose this Beast because they die. Legitimately, that is the only reason why you lose, is because these two dog shits, they die. And like Demon King Melly and LR Liz won't die because they're actually good characters. The Beast is actually very easy. It's just that you have to use these two absolutely terrible characters, and that causes you to lose. So until a character made for it comes out, we're gonna have to deal with these two terrible characters. I wonder why they didn't drop a character that's semi-made for it, because it would like really release the terrible burden of running these two characters. At least like let me remove this Merlin or King, whatever, dude, one of them. Like, and like Hendrickson wouldn't help. It's just it doesn't change, right? So in any case, that's why they're coming up. And the only other, so by high tier activities at this moment, this is what I'm considering. The Demon King fight is a high tier activity, so the characters that are really good for it I keep up here, and the new Beast and Snake. I am probably starting next tier list removing dogs. Dogs are just super easy. They are a quick farm, not a high tier activity. So now that we have actually true hard beasts, kinda, I mean, Snake got nerfed, and there's many good teams for it now. You know, I'm definitely gonna, you know, probably put like Blue Roxy down, stuff like that, but not on this one. So they can stay one more patch. Oh yeah, Galfer. What about Galfer for PvE? So, I'll be honest. Galfer has one use in PvE, which sounds insane, right? But it really is, like, the way he's set up, he just doesn't work anywhere except one place. And that one place is the Demon King fight. But, I'm gonna be very honest. So, this is the team I use for Demon King fight, and I was gonna make a video on this, but then ended up not doing it because it was just boring. So, this is my first phase team, it 1 turns, whatever. Second phase team. This is my second phase team before Galfer came out. I had Halloween Galfer in the 4th slot. Rank up Demon King melee guarantees level 3s, she guarantees level 2s, and then whatever, right? I swapped Halloween Galfer for the new Galfer. And I would say, even though you lose attack related stats, it's a little more consistent because he also guarantees a level 2 card in that first turn in phase 2. So depending on what the Demon King like forces you to use cards wise, the new Galfer is a little bit better. But honestly, I'm probably going to go back to running Halloween Galfer because the damage difference is significant. Losing the attack related stats from Halloween Galfer is significant. So, although I will say, like, what's his face? I forgot his actual name. But Fast Galfer, I forgot his actual name. Isn't like Warrior of Kindness or some shit? I don't know. The new Festival Galfer has really no spot in PvE. Rank ups aren't good anymore. Like, they just really aren't. For like difficult activities, and demonic beasts are anti-rank up, and this character just has nowhere. Like, such a terrible release. Like this festival is such a terrible release. I am not a Galfer hater. I know whenever I show in a unit, people think that I just hate the character. No, I have no biases. I have 0 character biases. I do not hate any character from the series, right? I just want to I do hate Ragnarok characters, but I do not hate any character from the series. I hate poorly designed units. Units are not characters. So, any Galfer lovers, alright? I'm as much of a Galfer lover as you are, whatever that would mean, and I don't care. Like, the character could be anyone. If Meliodas, if the new Meliodas had this exact same kit, he would be bad, okay? So, he wouldn't have it because rank up, but whatever. So I just genuinely don't even know where to place him. I was pondering just putting him, I was pondering to put him here. Because yeah, like, you can run him on Demon King fight, and he will do pretty good, just like Halloween Galfer, but like, I guess I will. It feels disingenuous, because like, he's worse. Like, he's worse than Halloween Galfer. Yeah, whatever. It's good. If you want to have your Demon King fight slightly more consistent, I think it's worth running him, but like, I don't know, man. This festival is just so shit. Like, super restrictive and really not good anywhere in PvE. Well, that is a tier list update. Probably only going to come back after the new Shield Hero collab, and let me know if I missed anyone. Sometimes I forget characters, so let me know.